See that? That's what it's about right there. It's the fix. It's the drug. It's the tug is the drug. The blow up is the drug. The whole process. I love everything about this sport. I love everything about it. I love through and through to my core. If you cut me open on the inside, there'll be kayak particles. I promise you. Call Gene Jensen. See if he's even up.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, big man, what's going on?
Well, we are headed to the water. I'm going back to pretty much the same spot I was yesterday. I got on the water late and got about a half of something figured out. So one of the things that I'm going to start doing is vlogging when I'm pre-fishing or going out and interacting with anglers who are pre-fishing for this event. So what we'd like to do is kind of hook up with you today and follow you around for a day of pre-fishing. So where are you fishing today?
I promise you I'll be in the water.
Well, that doesn't do me a lot of good because Guntersville's like 60 miles long. So
yeah, but I'll be in the wet part of the water.
So am I to interpret this as you're not telling me where you're fishing?
Heck no, dude. I'm not telling you where to fish. All right, brother. Talk to you later.
Later, man. Bye.
All right, bye.
Let me, what's that? Did you just get in?
Yeah, 3 hours of sleep.
Well, let me grab your pole. Actually, that didn't sound right. Let me grab your power pole. So at all of our multi-day events, Power Pole does a thing with us called the Hold in Position Award. So any day where you can hold the lead from day 1 to day 2, then you win a Power Pole, the micro, the unit, and the spike. And so you held day 1 and day 2. Where'd you end up finishing when it was all said and done?
46.
46. Man, that just shows you how crazy the talent is, how crazy the fishing is, and how complex a 3-day tournament for the national championship is.
Yeah, very stressful.
I'm sure you probably were like you were probably the only person that hated the 3-day event this year, because day 1, day 2, like literally last year, you're the national champion. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, not trying to rub it in, but
I said that a few times.
I just want to quantify, for the folks that are watching, like literally based on last year's system and the previous 3 national championships, you're the national champion. You know what I mean? You dominated day 1 and day 2.
Can't take it away from Mike, though.
But it's a 3-day event, and it is what it is, and Mike stayed in the mix. And man, to say a guy won the national championship against the top 5 or 10% of anglers in the country with 461 guys by 16 inches.
Yeah.
You just can't say anything about it. I mean, it's really one of those deals. And
he killed him.
Yeah, he killed him. But you killed him on day 1 and day 2. You still went home with some money.
Yep.
A good little chunk of change. And then you made the check for the event, and you also got the early bird bonus, right? Yeah, so anyway, I won't hold you up anymore, man.
Thanks,
Congrats again on the holding position.
Thank you.
Do me a favor, look at the camera real quick for the editors and just say and spell your name real quick.
Okay. Ian Haynes. First name is I-A-N. Last name Haynes, H-A-Y-N-E-S.
Rome, Georgia. Put Ian Haynes, Rome, Georgia right there. All right, so anything, you got like a nickname or anything you want us to throw in there?
I came up with this nickname. I gotta.
Wait.
I came up with it.
You don't get to use your own nickname.
I had to.
All right.
So, of course, I'm short.
Right. I wasn't gonna point that out. I was figuring you know how they call big dudes tiny?
Of course.
You know what I mean? I thought maybe like too tall or something like. Anyway, so what's
I've got it too.
In the Navy, we have a thing. If you give yourself a nickname, it's called a SACS, self-appointed call sign. You know, because we call nicknames call signs.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and hear your own nickname.
Well, I came up with Little Man Big Fish. Okay. So I've caught some big fish, caught some big fish a while back, and I was like, you know what? I am short, so I'll just say little man, big fish.
All right.
And that's it.
That's kind of long, but let's just see how that works. Little man, big fish. But I mean, look, dude, listen, I'm gonna be straight with you because we both, you know, we kind of built the same.
Of course.
I would say short man. I don't know about little. So,
You're right,
have you fished Guntersville before?
Yes. Yes.
Have you done well here?
The last time I fished, I got 4th place in the it was real crazy.
Okay.
Real crazy event. Tournament.
Okay.
So.
And then, but you've not fished a KBF event here yet, right?
No, this is the first one.
Have you seen how many people are in this damn thing?
Yeah, the last time I checked, it was like 100, close to 130.
We're 144 right now, I believe.
Woo!
And we still got, you know, several hours. So yesterday we actually fished here. Okay, so there was, you know, quite a few people that were checking the spot, and the fishing was good early. And of course, yet again, I've waited and run around doing this, the hosting thing,
Gotcha.
to the point that the wind's picking up. So once the wind picked up, it got tough. But anyway, man, I'm not going to hold you up anymore. Good luck.
Oh, no
Get
problem.
out there and catch them
Yes,
up.
sir.
And
Thank you.
hopefully I'll be handing you a check tomorrow. So.
We'll see.
All right, do
We'll
it up,
see.
man.
All right,
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, so we got to decide, like, are we going to fish here again? Or are we going to jump in the truck and head to, like, one of my spots or more? I mean, this is also one of my spots, but, like, a better protected area. Decisions, because, you know, I love this area. The thing I'm a little bit worried about is there are so many guys that I know are probably going to fish this spot that do I want to be here tomorrow when I'm actually filming this show, the TV show. And I kind of do, but there's a balance between me fishing and pleasure fishing and trying to catch fish and making a TV show, and potentially fishing a spot where I catch a fish that a competitor may have needed to win the event, you know. So let me get on, I'm going to jump on Navionics, take a look at a couple of spots, take the wind direction into account, and then we'll make the call. So one of the things I like to do is I go to the weather app, figure out the wind direction. The wind direction is generally, you know, indicated pretty easily. You can find it on Weather Underground, Scoutlook Weather. You can find it on the weather app in your iOS or your Samsung, the thing that's automatic built-in weather. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that weather, and then I'm going to go to my map on Navionics, and what I'm looking for right now is protected shorelines, because it's not because that's the shoreline I think the fish is going to be on there. They're going to be on the windy side because it's blowing that warm water to that side, but it's because it makes it possible to fish. When you're 20, 25 mile an hour winds, you've got to have that protection. So I'm going to jump on that Navionics app. I'm going to look at a few places, and we'll make a call from there. But Ian's heading out. I got to decide. I'm kind of torn. Do I go here? Do I go to a couple of other spots that I know? Do I go look for the deep bite? And maybe even check in with Gene and see how he's doing. Check in with Cody, see how he's doing. Let's go do a little research, and then we'll make the decision on where we go. Bro, that thing right there, woo, I don't have it. That'll break your damn arm. This is a concept I call the buddy lure, right? I've never caught a fish on one of these damn things. So what you do is you tell somebody very confidently that they murdered them, and then you say, look, man, here, take one of mine. And then you find out if they're catching them. If they call you back and say, dude, they blew that thing up, then you're like, sweet. Then you don't gotta waste time trying to figure out if it works or not. But if they say, dude, I couldn't catch a damn thing on that lure, then you just don't waste your time fishing them anymore. So it looks good. I just don't know if the fish will actually eat it. Anyway, you ever fish one of these?
Here, man. You can have this one.
See, you can't joke the jokesters. So I was trying to buddy lure you. You know what the buddy lure concept is? So you walk up to a buddy and you say, dude, they are flat smashing them on this thing. And they go, oh man, I don't even have one. You know what, dude, this is the last one I got, but take it.
Yeah.
And then later that day, if they're like, dude, I freaking murdered them on that thing, then you go, sweet. And then you go buy 4 more. But if they call you back and say, bro, I couldn't catch a cold on that thing, then you saved your time, wasting your time, and you didn't have to fish it. So
Man,
anyway, have you caught them on this?
No.
Have you tried?
Yes.
So you tried and didn't catch them.
Right.
But you're giving me this.
Yes.
See, now I'm going to reverse buddy lure this. I'm going to go out there and catch a 19-pounder on this thing and send Jody a picture and be like, hey, man. So anyway, I don't know if these damn things work or not. I don't know that it makes sense to me because unless a bass has blown a brim up on top of the grass or a perch or whatever. But you know what? I've caught them on shoestrings and bottle caps. So we'll take it out there and we'll try it. Tried to dupe Mr. Queen into the buddy lure, but he won up to me on the buddy lure. He re-buddy lured me.
Yes.
But we're gonna go out there and see if we can't catch a fish on it. So anyway, let's get loaded up.
Nice.
All right, so guys, what I've done is I've pulled up to this spot right here, dropped my anchor wizard, let me swing around, drop my power pole. Now I'm lined up perfectly with this little mat of grass right here. The wind is blowing across it. I'm not exactly into the wind or into the sun, but I'm also not with it at my back. So this is gonna work out really well for the scenario that I'm talking about. One thing that I've got in front of me is one of my favorite things, which is what I call like the spot on the spot. So if you see that stump right there, in the middle of the grass, then that's kind of like a double whammy. So it's a shallow flat here. The wind is blowing this warmer water over there. I'm gonna make a few casts, but I'm basically fan casting on both sides of it. But I got a really good feeling that if I cast, you know, kind of right up past that stump, bring it along the back of it, bring it along the front of it, I could probably coax a fish into eating off of it. Now, this is one of those scenarios also where if you cast up to that stump with a frog and you're looking for that really active fish and you don't get them, you can go back in there with a creature bait, a lizard, a Cinco, or you can start by throwing that kind of bait in there first. So I'm swinging for the fences because I want that topwater bite. I want that topwater blow up, but those high percentage spot within the spot things are phenomenal. And so anytime you've got wood and grass, 71-degree water temperature, the wind blowing that warm surface air into the pocket, you've got a scenario for, you know, monster fish. So the bait I'm choosing right now is a bait called a top toad. And the reason that I like this top toad is it's got 2 hooks in it. It's super weedless. It's keel weighted, so it lands upside down, or if it lands right side up, it rights itself. But when I've got a lot of wind like this, right, and there's a lot of noise, I like something that makes a little bit more gurgle, covers a little bit more of the noise spectrum. And I'll use a horny toad when it's a little slicker. The water's not as active or not as activated, but anytime I've got wind and a lot of noise out there, I want something that's gonna gurgle, push a little more water, and create a little bit more of a disturbance. Baby, that fish destroyed that frog. Oh, look at that. Dude, that fish freaking dynamited the bait. I'm talking about it came up out of the water, and on top of it, it freaking wanted it. So not a monster, about a 18 and a half, 19. It'll definitely help the cause. That's exactly what we needed right there. But there's some other big fish back in here, so we're gonna get this girl back in the water, and we're gonna get over there and catch our mama. Let's get this girl back in the water. Listen, if you can't get jacked up with that, just quit fishing. Take up golf, knitting, macrame. Just do something else with your life, because so anyway, let me show you guys what I caught this fish on. Basically, I like this shorter punch rod. It's a 6'10", medium heavy, moderate action when I'm back in the slop and I want to skip the bait. But when I've got a lot of wind, or if we're in the peak feeding time like we are right now, I love the Zoom horny toad, but this top toad flat out outperforms it. The bait is hollow, so it floats well, or you can buzz it, so you can stop it, pop it, slop it, flip it, skip it. You can do whatever you need to with this bait, and it is dead on. Man, it's so fun catching them on a short, compact rod little moderate action. That fish annihilated that thing right there. And let you guys get a little closer look at that. Yeah, baby. And the only thing I love better than catching fish from a kayak is catching fish on top water from a kayak. And so the only thing I like better than that is catching them on a kayak on the top water on Guntersville. So, ooh, let's get another one. You can come in behind me and we're gonna go down that grass together, incrementally dissecting it until we catch a giant fish. We're gonna work this edge right here on the sun side and see if we can't get some of these fish that are staged up in here. The wind was blowing into this pocket yesterday, and now the wind has switched around. So there's a lot of this, you know, kind of snotty, nasty grass back in here. And honestly, I avoid this stuff a lot, but I saw fish movement back in here. I knew that they were in here from my paddle through yesterday. I did what I call spook paddling, spook scouting, where you paddle along and try to spook some fish. So I left them alone and came back to them today with a different strategy and a different mindset. And I've got this entire field to kind of play around with to see if I can't find a bass. And the great thing about it is there are 4 or 5 competitors that are here that are fishing, and none of them stopped to fish this field. So I don't feel like I'm interfering with anybody's fishing ability. And, you know, these are the kind of places that I would fish anyway, so it works out. Oh, there he is. Yeah, buddy. Nothing better than calling your shot, man. Calling your shot. Pretty much called my shot on that one. Ooh. Oh. There he is. Look at that right there. Fun, fun. See that hook? The other great thing about these top toads, I'm gonna get this guy back in the water, but yeah, that was fun, is when they shake it off, literally all you gotta do is just go over and get it. And you can put it right back on there. Every time somebody sees this, they always go, dude, that is cool. But it's more than cool. What this is a pin puller that semi-truck drivers use. And what I like to use it for is to basically grab my kayak either by the side handles, the front, or the back, because it's the perfect height for me to grab a hold to it and pull the kayak. And if you've seen my video, dragging the kayak 15 miles, the reason I was able to drag the kayak 15 miles is because I was dragging it flat. So the boats are designed to be pretty resilient, and the plastic is really resilient as long as you don't angle it and drag it where you're just localized to one spot. Now, it's a different creature than if you've got 250 pounds of man meat in the boat and you're running into stuff, but just dragging the boat flat, I've never really seen the need for a cart, especially for short distances or in gravel, grass, and even concrete parking lots. So I use this little pin puller. I use it to drag my boats in and out. I use it to grab stuff out of the back of my truck. Great little tool, but that's it. That's towing your kayak around. You can pick it up at any major truck stop in the semi-truck section. It's called a pin puller, and it works great for pulling your kayak around. Now, what I'm gonna do now is show you guys how to load a fishing kayak. I'm gonna do it on the trailer, on this new Intech trailer Pursue that I got, but the same philosophy, you know, applies to pretty much any rooftop mounting. In fact, we've done a video where Christy showed you guys how to do it on a SUV. We'll cut to that right now, and I'll post the link in the description box. But I'm gonna show you how to load a fishing kayak. Basically the simple way, the easy way, to where you never have to handle the entire weight of the kayak. All right, guys, so I got all my gear unloaded, loaded into the trailer. Now I'm gonna show you how to load a fishing kayak. You start off by positioning your kayak back by the back of the boat at about a 45-degree angle. So you want your your stern of your boat away from it the right amount of distance. And all you got to do is grab the front, stand it up, walk it around, and get it up on top. Once you get that up on top, it's as simple as coming to the back of the boat, grabbing the handle. I like this fat grip from Bonafide because I can two-hand it and control the boat in case it starts to slide. Push it up on top, slide it into position, throw your 2 straps over, stage your straps for your second kayak, tie it down, do the same thing for the second boat, and you're done. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for day 2 here on Guntersville. So I caught some fish today. Had some success, found some fish. Again, trying to steer clear of the guys that are here competing in what is now the largest kayak bass fishing trail turnout that we've ever had. We got 156 anglers right now. Still a little bit of time left. Been a long day. We've been up since like 3:45, getting ready, going hard. Got back, did the Facebook Live thing with Gene, went and had dinner real quick, and now we're back. Gene's gonna do a little bit more pre-trip planning for tomorrow. I'm actually just kind of following and hosting and gonna kind of go off to the sides and fish to stay out of his way. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna bring you day 3 of Guntersville, which is actually the day of the tournament. This is the KBF TRAIL. Guntersville, we're gonna follow Fluke Master around, Gene Jensen, kind of see how he does on his first ever kayak bass fishing tournament. We probably won't stay with him all day. We'll probably break off and find another angler or 2. Then we're gonna go find out who we crown as the champion. At the same time, we are shooting a TV show about Guntersville, and so kind of have to keep all that flowing. So again, just trying to keep you a little bit behind the scenes. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Comment below, tell me what you think about these vlog style videos. Go over there and check out Gene's channel, Fluke Master. I'll link it up in the description box below. We got a bunch of clowns we're gonna try to hook up with and collaborate with this year, so you gotta stay tuned for more. Hope you liked the video, and we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you in the next one. Cool.
I gotta leave here about 3:30, 3:45.
What?
It's a 45-minute run from here.